We have Brother Somerville here on the show today, and this is the second segment of our interview. And we were talking about the subject of Africa briefly, and we have some other interesting topics that we want to look into on this second segment. This is a very knowledgeable brother. His reputation precedes him. This is Brother Somerville. And this is the evidence that we have in the background. Life in the country is fine. Now, the evidence, I believe, we're talking about the country in terms of the rural America, but we're talking about Africa, our country. So, we want to start out with Brother Somerville giving us some information, some personal information. In terms of education, background, and anything he may want to tell us about himself. Yes, sir.
Well, I consider myself a sophisticated scholar here to inform only on the mental genocide of people of color here in America. I consider myself Black American. I don't consider myself African American. On the simple fact that the definition of African American is a native from Africa, from here to America. His citizenship, or a diplomat, or the last slaves who got the slave ship. After that, he wasn't any more African American. At that point, he was known as Negro, or what they call us back then, mulattoes. Now, any questions as far as what did you say?
Brother, I'm looking at this miraculous website that you have here for the audience to look at. And you have so much information. You have, in particular, I'm impressed, you have Dr. John Henry Clark on here. You have a lot of different individuals that the House of Solomon. You have so many different, you even have something here on Open Your Mind, the Illuminati symbolism. You have so much knowledge here, and there's so many different things that we could take a look at on your site. You have statues from ancient Kemet, ancient Egypt, and all of this knowledge that you're privy to, we'd just like for you to do the audience a favor and share some of this knowledge with the audience as you see fit.
Well, any questions, brother?
Okay, I guess since we see the statues of Africa, the ancient Kemet statues, can you start there and talk a little bit about that?
Well, let me see, right below here, as you can see, I have the image of true Hebrew Israelites. Now, what people don't realize is
that African Hebrew Israelites?
It's Northeast African Hebrew Israelites with the Jewish faith.
Okay, so you're saying that the African Hebrew Israelites are the original Jews? Is that what you're basically saying?
That's correct. The biblical Jews who bore the box. Coming back to number 6:5 in the scriptures, Moses came with the Nazarite law. The Nazarite law is what the Israelites came under that law. The law was not to raise your hair, that your hair grow long.
So is that why the statues wearing locks?
That's correct. For the ancient Egypt Kemet, that was the royal hairdress for the kings and queens. Okay. For the Israelites, that was a symbolic symbols with them when their relationship was
the law of Nazarites?
That's correct. And during the law, during the time of the law of the Nazarites, they know grace for the grapevines, they know impurities, and they know going to holiness was considered.
So was that like King Solomon, or was that Samson that was
Samson? Yeah, well, actually, Judges 16:19 talking about the 7 locks ahead that Samson had. Also, Ezekiel 8:3 talking about how God came to him and formed the end of his spirit and lifted him up by a lock of his head. And no Eli Absalom, which was the son of David. He also during the time in the Civil War between him and his father, he had caught in a pine tree by his hair. Now, in order to support a grown man's weight dangling from a tree and not fall from the tree, he had to have some very powerful, strong hair. Now, if he had enough hair, he would just free himself and he would broken off and he would depart.
Okay, brother. All right. Some people out there that don't know any better may ask, are you racist?
No, I'm not racist. What is race? I mean, the word race has been misused for a long time. People actually didn't know the true meaning behind the word. Now, from the beginning, God created heaven and earth. Now, He created the human race. And then He created the race of beasts, which He put Adam over the race of beasts. And the word race or racism, meaning has lost its meaning. Really had begun back in 1505, which was the beginning of the slave trade, which they invented the word racial identity profile. Now, when they came up with the word racial identity profile, they were trying to say that these people were here of another species, subspecies, 1/5 human, beast man, where you're being ruled over, the same way Adam ruled over all beasts. They've been naming us it's the same way as Adam named all beasts. And that pretty much speaks for itself. They had to do it. That was the justification of slave trade in 1505, the Second World War.
Okay. What do you think about the origin of the so-called American Indian, which we call in turn properly the Native American?
Well, let's see. Basically, you're asking me where did Native Americans come from? And my answer to that is the Native Americans originated from the African Dogons during the time of BC, before Christ. They had settled these lands and lived here in perfect harmony and peace. Now, the 4th century Qing Dynasty China came to America intermingled with the African Dogons, had peace and harmony among one another, and gave birth to the so-called red man, or shall we say, the black natives of America. So that's explains why even people today still have shanty, Chinese-looking eyes and other features. So the African Dogons in the 4th century Qing Dynasty China created the so-called red man. But even Columbus and them had spoken of Negroes in the New World before his coming. Now, the thing about that, they spoken of red, black, and orange Negroes here in the New World. And the orange came in when the so-called red man, the black natives of America, offspring had either option. They could go with their African descent, or they could go with their Chinese descent. The ones who went with their Chinese descent, of course, came out the so-called orange man. And then the others, stayed their original tan. Well, originally later on, venture off into division among the tribes. So each tribe sectioned off, and according to the skin tone, they took their different locations, their sectors, south of Mexico, all working their way up north, from the jungles of Belize to the borders of Mexico.
All right, my brother. Let me ask you another question. What about hair? Good or bad? What do they mean when they start talking about good and bad hair? I don't understand. understand that. Explain that a little bit.
You know, the topic right there, you know, is so displeased with our women, for example. You know, what is bad hair? To me, bad hair is split ends. You know, the word nappy. Who invented that word, nappy? Well, basically the word napping or nappy that derives from the word locking or locking of the hair, because going back to dreadlocks, you know, people, or should I say, oppressors, were hating on the people, so-called chosen ones, who wore this holy sacred hair, and they thought that hair was so dreadful and frightening looking. So the word dread is a verb. That's a verb.
All right, brother, what is genocide?
Genocide. Genocide or mental genocide?
Oh, what is genocide first, and then tell me what mental genocide is.
Well, genocide is pretty much wiping out whole population, rapid growth population density to the seas, and pretty much just take off the face of the earth. You know, which I think is a real evil act.
So what is mental genocide?
But mental genocide is,
And why should we be concerned with it?
for example, you know, 1505, Second World War. That was a form of mental genocide right there. Where you could take a group of people who already had a spiritual concept, spiritual being, because Christianity itself is a stolen religion from Africa. And to paint.
So we're going to catch up with the rest of this on the next segment. This is the love, natural beauty, unity, and culture show. This has been our special guest for this segment, Mr. Brother Somerville. Right. Before we sign out, we always say that if you treat somebody the way you want to be treated, then that's a guarantee you can have a nice day. Peace.